He said, Carl.
I can just to follow up that differently, because that can, what Mike said, can be misunderstood. I understand what he's saying, but first of all, the question, what is real? Everything is real. There's nothing unreal. So even virtual reality is real, and computers are real, and life is real, and so on. Then space.
Analog space, let's say it.
Real.
Real is everything, you're right.
Space.
Then about space,
space.
We have space enough, and space is there. We are not lacking of space, and space is used. I mean, it's just a conceptual question how we claim space and for what reason.
How much is the rent of your apartment in London?
£1,000.
Yeah. How much is the rent of my apartment in Berlin?
£100.
How much is the rent of a house in Africa?
£1.
So is that connected to space or not?
No, it's not connecting space. It's connected to the local industry of a city. I mean, the city of London is generating billions of pounds daily. A small village in Africa is generating.
Is it real or is it virtual?
No, this is real. This is all real. That doesn't matter where it is in Africa or in London. This is real cash. And according to the market, the rents are different. Berlin is not generating the profit what London is generating. Berlin is not a big player in the financial market, and so. But
so where is the air better, in Berlin or in London?
I think in London it's the air better, because we have the breeze from the seaside, and it's a good climate. It's not so cold like in Berlin.
Anyway, that's an interesting point. That I think in general, of course, Berlin is sucking up money from society in huge amounts, and
they're not putting anything out, but they're taking it.
It's probably producing something.
Well, I'm not defending London. London is a cooking pressure pot, which everybody needs to be careful not to get cooked as a fast food. And
should we stop talking before we start talking about Manchester?
No, we just
speak about stories.
No, we need to. What
you were doing your final point. Sorry.
What the perception is to keep certain things right, because. Philosophically and theoretically, there are certain statements which we use here clarified, from people who had more time than we ever had to make statements of such things. So the statement about space and real is clarified. There's no illusion about. If somebody is really interested to dig out the truth, you can get it. It's available. There's no question mark out there. And what the solution is, or what the contribution to society is, every one of the people who are sitting here, also I'm sure of you are running through a life cycle of options. And your life cycle of options is turning always. So in a life cycle between 20 and 40, you are able to do other things than between 40 and 80. So I think you have to carefully to digest and assess your power and your luck, because what we have been just lucky, nothing more. We are lucky for you. There are sitting 3 lucky fellas here who had the luck to come in the lucky moment with lucky fellas together to make a lucky project, and that's it.
It's all random.
And the problem of others is that they are not so lucky, and I am sorry for them all. And that's the big difference. I mean, you can work your ass off, and you doing it in the wrong moment with the wrong people and everything.
Or in the wrong city.
In the wrong city and everything. No, the city doesn't matter.
Well, if we would have started our project in Bombay, I don't think we would have gone that far.
Oh, of course, there's no problem. But I think this is a very important statement. You have to have that luck, and that you can't predict. You can stay unlucky for all the.
So future.
Yeah, I mean, this is the future. You have to be lucky. If you are not lucky, there's no future.
There's no future. Back to punk.
Naja, Punk had his nice times and his down times. It was a DIY development from the UK, which
And was lucky too. We were
which
part
sent
of.
a strong message to the world that I can make my therapeutical session on the stage with my guitar, and it deliberates my all frustration which I have against the establishment. Yeah? This two key messages of punk was DIY and being against the establishment, which doesn't exist anymore. Yeah?
Which is mainstream and fashion today to be against.
What?
It's a mainstream fashion today to be against.
No, there's nobody against. You will not find anybody who is
No,
against
but
the
the
establishment.
symbolic posing of the fashion, the Che Guevara T-shirts and everything,
but there's
being
nothing-
against something is part
but
of the
it's-
mainstream
yeah,
commercial
no,
No,
society.
you're supporting the T-shirt factory.
Yeah, but it's
which
part
is
of
in
the business.
China, which is in China, and don't know what's the difference is between Adolf Hitler and Che Guevara, which they're printing of. They just discovered in China, in the whole Tibetan mambo jumbo, that they have been producing the flags for the Tibetans, which demonstrated in Europe, in China, and exported and sold it to America because they didn't know. So the factory owner was asked by the journalist, so did you know what kind of flag you bring? No, it's colors. Yeah? So it doesn't matter, Che Guevara, Adolf Hitler, Stalin or Thatcher or Blair, they will sell everything. Yeah? And that is what I think the message. You have to be aware if you are not driven into that main consumer stream, because this is a dreadful situation where our Western civilization is about. I mean, at the moment, my assessment, you can just only disconnect, because there's no way to adopt and exist in that society. The society is so mad, and the only
So mad, you said. So mad.
mad.
Yeah, mad.
And the only gateway are the shopping malls. Yeah? And yes, UK has at or one was this is the binge drinking from Friday to Saturday. Yeah? But that's all. There's nothing. There's no other secret. Yeah?
Okay, Benjamin, please. Well, you're not that black humor, are you?
The thing is, but that's a very personal statement. For me, it was at that point. It was very important to have some influence on the media and on society with this VanGoghTV experiment. And for me, that experiment has failed because there was no influence. Personally, I would say so. Society didn't react on that. It was kind of it happened, but
Big Brother was
but
copied from us.
yeah. But what is there any change by Big Brother? So I find it was an exciting, very interesting experiment. I know what we have been doing there, but if I would have liked to have some influence on society, I must say I failed. So that's
Well, the influence desire was to create a more poetic and life quality, I would say, in some way. And I think we had it, but we couldn't kind of industrially implement it.
I think that would maybe that would have been a even more terrible way to try to establish it in society and not realize that you have become the part of what you're trying to fight.
So you are happy that you're not a pop star with a song which everybody sings.
Well, that's always a difficult question because there's no way to decide. If you have it, you don't want it, and if you don't have it,
You would like to test it.
Okay.
Great. Thank you very much, guys. Brilliant.
Okay.